Hi guys, welcome to another episode of What Stock. Today I'm going to tell you 5 things to do if you're just starting out in investing in US stocks. But before you do, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more of these weekly videos. Number 1, block out the noise.
$350 Swiss.
Zurich 23 Citibank.
There's a lot of noise online. Everyone has an opinion on how to make money in the stock market, but very few people can consistently do it. If you take bad advice from someone who doesn't know how to invest, you'll just become another bad investor. Treat every stock pick and every piece of investment advice with a healthy level of skepticism, including this video. But watch lots of videos, read lots of books, and immerse yourself into the world of Investopedia. Because the more you know, the easier you'll be able to distinguish the good advice from the not so good advice. Number 2, pick your heroes. Before you make a purchase, find out who's consistently winning in the stock market. You wouldn't drive a car without learning how to drive a car from someone who knows how to drive a car, unless you're a 16-year-old with a death wish, in which case you're probably better suited for penny stocks. Peter Lynch, Phil Town, Joel Greenblatt, all very successful hedge fund managers with great books for beginners on investing. I'll give you those 3 for free. Number 3, buy what you know, learn what you don't. You'll hear this a million times in the world of investing. Buy what you know, buy what you know. And as much as it is true, and you should buy what you know, it doesn't labour the point to learn what you don't. And this way of thinking can be an inhibitor to your success. If I only bought companies in the industries I knew when I started investing, the only companies I would own would be video game companies. And that's not very diverse. The amount of times I see people respond to my analysis with, "I just don't understand the industry." Well, are you going to learn it? No. There are so many more opportunities available to you if you just expand your knowledge. And I get that it can be a little daunting to learn a brand new industry, but it can also be really liberating. A great place to start is simply to Google that industry's news. And when you've learned a bit more there, go onto a company in that industry, read their About Me. And when you've learned a bit more there, read their annual reports, read their 10Ks. Before you know it, you'll know more than the average retail investor about that industry. And then you can invest in it. Number 4, build a watch list. Buying a company is like buying a house. You don't buy the first one you see, and you don't really know what you're shopping around for until you've seen enough to know what you want to buy and how much you're prepared to pay. Buying a stock should be no different. When you buy a stock, you should really think of it as buying the entire company. Furthermore, you should think of it as buying the only source of income that you and your family are going to see for the next 10 years. When you develop and build on that mindset, you will make the conscious decision to shop around for value and not buy into hype or speculation. However, you can't see value if you're not comparing companies. Open a spreadsheet, punch in the tickers that you're interested in buying, and start comparing the fundamentals. Now I get it, you're new, you don't know what all the fundamentals are, and that's okay. Compare them on what you know, even if at the very least it's price. I mean, just comparing on price is mad, but it's a starting point for you. Compare on price, learn the PE ratio, learn the PB ratio. What's a good one for that sector? What's a bad one for that sector? The more you compare, the more information you consume, the more that watch list will start to give you real insight into your buying decisions. Number 5, paper trade. This is the most important thing you can do if you're new or just starting out. Paper trading is pretend trading. It's buying companies on your watch list when they're selling for what you think is a reasonable price and selling them to make a profit. That's it. That's the only science behind it. Think of it as fighting a sparring partner before taking on that opponent in the ring. You'll take a few knocks, you'll fall down a few times, but you'll learn a hell of a lot in the process. And that's the whole point. You're not winning for prizes, you're fighting to learn. And without that fear of losing money, you're incentivized to make any wild, crazy, foolish trade you want and just see how it pans out. Paper trading can actually be really fun. And if you've got some friends who are at a similar stage in the investing journey to you, you can start Fantasy Stock League and compete to see who wins On paper, of course. I followed every piece of advice I'm giving you today. I built a watch list. I learned everything I could outside of video games, which is how I diversified my portfolio. I started paper trading for a good 6 months before I made my first investment. So this isn't hot air. And I like to think of these videos as talking to a younger me, because I feel like if I had this advice, I could have got into the stock market a lot sooner and my gains would have compounded even faster than they have today. Guys, thank you for watching this video. If you've got any questions, comments or feedback, please leave them below. Thanks again and happy investing.